Hello and welcome back to the Weekly Intuitive Connection. I'm Camelia Kessaci and I'm an intuitive coach. Today's connection is about grief and how to process it. Grief is usually experienced as this heavy feeling around the heart. It's triggered by loss, sudden change, or unexpected endings. The person that experiences grief can lose their taste for life and their ability to connect to their inner joy. It takes a lot of energy to realize that the old ways are gone and that they won't come back and that there is nothing to hold on to anymore. So it's normal to feel drained throughout the process of grieving. You might have already heard of the 7 stages of grief, which are shock or disbelief, denial, bargaining, guilt, anger, depression, and finally acceptance. While the process of grieving may seem linear, it's not. It tends to come through waves. And the reason is that we usually fail to realize that grief is what comes prior to freeing ourselves from a lie. Our resistance to the truth is what makes us feel grief. So the feeling of grief will last as long as our resistance to truth lasts. And it will start fading away whenever we start accepting the truth. So in order to process the grief, we have to address the lies that we are still trying to hold on to. This is a set of questions that you can ask yourself in order to pinpoint the lies that are behind the lingering feeling of grief. So the first question is, what is an accessible lie that I am holding on to? The lie can be, I will never be happy again if that person doesn't come back, for example. If the grief here is around a separation, I will never be happy again. I need them in my life in order to be happy. That can be a big lie. So whatever lie is accessible, again, you're not trying to dig deep with the first question. You're just going to something that you already know. You know you're lying to yourself. And you know it's accessible, it's there. So you can admit it, you can acknowledge it and write it down. Number 2, why do I keep telling that lie to myself? I must be trying to fulfill something with that lie. So what is that lie helping me fulfill? So question number 3, is there a truth I am resisting? So let's go back to the same example of separation in a relationship. The truth that you can be happy without that person might be something you resist completely if you're not able to process the grief. You might be completely closed to the idea that you can be happy without that person. Number 4, how can I replace the lie in question number 1 with a truth that can fulfill the same need that I have? Staying with the same example that I mentioned in question number 1, the truth that you could replace the lie with would be, I can try to open up for happiness. This is not pushing you to believe the opposite of what you already believe. This is just opening a door for experience. It's not pushing you to believe in anything. It's allowing you to let go of believing and to focus on experiencing. So the truth here is like opening the door for what you don't know and allowing yourself to let go a little bit of what you think you know. So that's the practice for this one. Once you wrote down everything, notice how you feel and notice if there's any change in your energy field where maybe you can feel some movement around your heart or some pressure lessening around your chest, or even more resistance, which will tell you that you need to ask the questions again and to go there with more awareness, maybe add in breath, maybe add in movement. It's a process of allowing more space around your grief, which then can free you from having to experience it for longer. It's important to know that you have to give time for whatever needs to be processed. But then when something is taken over your life, you can do a little more work on it with your awareness in order to let go of it. I also recommend that you watch my video about letting go that will show you some tools that help you in the letting go process. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and share, and subscribe to my channel to receive weekly intuitive updates.